Good morning, everybody. You're seeing one of us. I'm getting a slight delay, but I need to see if I'm actually live. Oh, I am, so yay. Yay for that. Okay. Down one this morning. You know, sometimes life happens like that, doesn't it? However, I'm here and you're here, I hope. That is all that matters. Today. Good morning, everybody. You're seeing one of us. I'm getting a slight delay, but I need to see if I'm actually live. Oh, I am, so yay. Yay for that. Okay. Down one this morning. You know, sometimes life happens like that, doesn't it? However, I'm here and you're here, I hope. That is all that matters today. Anita has had some internet issues at her house and, well, that results in her not being here. So there you go. What can you do? How are you today? We are excited to be here. I am excited to be here. And behind the 8 ball, but that's okay. Well, that's where you want to be when you're playing pool. Half up, all in alignment, creating sacred spaces with Anita, my friend, you can imagine her, and Cheryl. I am coming to you from my office, and I've kind of changed things around here a little bit. What you're looking at is what I get to look at during the day. Some fabulous sacred art, some growth, some plants, some crystals, some inspiration. That's the view from my desk when I'm working in my office. Today our topic is coming, as always, from the Feng Shui Personal Paradise card deck by Tara Catherine Collins, our friend, teacher, mentor. And I have to share that Anita, my incredible partner, was also my instructor. So Anita is the only person in Canada who has the privilege of facilitating the Western School of Feng Shui's curriculum and certification program, and that is coming up here. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. That was Anita calling. Regardless. So Anita is doing the certification program. If you're interested in that, just pop a comment in the chat below, and she will be watching that when she has internet, and will reach out to you. So that's that little bit of tidbit. And some other updates on our Power of an Unstoppable Woman virtual stage this past Tuesday. We had Carol Daly. Now, I've known Carol for a few years. We did the Channelers Academy program with Marilyn Harper. So I've had the opportunity to get to know Carol pretty good on a personal level, and she delivered such an impactful presentation Tuesday on our virtual stage, which is so cool because we had attendees from I don't know how many different states and provinces in Canada. So if you or someone you know would love to be part of our Power of an Unstoppable Woman Facebook group, simply search it out and apply to be a member. We'll accept you. Until you misbehave, I gotta grab a card that flew out. Which is really quite funny, the card that flew out. Anyway, that's what this is all about. Anyway, Carol's presentation was fantastic. So you can go to allinalignment.com and programs or courses, I can't remember the exact flow, and register to become a student and watch all of the replays. We've been doing the virtual stage since November of last year. Why? Well, Anita and I were the hosts of the live event Power of an Unstoppable Woman here in Red Deer last year. And at it, or after it, we had so many people comment that they wanted to learn more from our speakers, so we created the virtual stage. Now, we're doing the live event again coming up October 19th and 20th. And over the last couple days, I am so excited because two of our sponsors from last year have said yes to sponsoring again this year. The first one was Bluegrass Garden Sodden Nursery, and they will be doing the stage again, which it was just absolutely spectacular last year, so we're excited about that. And Christine Swift Cooperators Insurance and Financial is coming on board, and she is sponsoring the table centerpieces again. So yay! Shout outs to both of them. Thank you very much. We appreciate your sponsorship, and we will continue to make this a win-win for everybody. The attendees get to enjoy the ambiance that you help create. We get to promote you because you're helping us. Yay! Gotta love that, right? Okay, and if you haven't got your ticket yet, we will add a link below to get your tickets for the event. Oh, and there's our third card. Look at that. All in perfect timing. Let me put these back. All right. That way I don't dump them all over my floor. Well, the first card that came out, I need to organize myself a little bit, was I'm going to say you're going to laugh because it's the yin-yang symbol. And it is the number 54 card for center. The second card that came out is the number 8 card, nature objects, which when you look at my display back here, there's crystals, there's plants, and sacred geometry is literally in everything. And in that little corner right there, that's my wealth and prosperity corner of my office, wealth and prosperity area. So I have a crystal container. There's coins in it. There's a big amethyst that was a beautiful gift. It's kind of heart-shaped from my friend Esther Gates in Indiana. So thank you, Esther. I think about you just about every day. And the third card that flew out, was the number 9 card, plants. Like really, we have the center, we have plants, and we have nature objects. I love them all. So yay for that. The center of my home right now is part of our renovations, so it is a little bit chaotic, but it's not bad. However, being in here and working with the environment, I want to talk a little bit about the center of any space. So literally my desk in my office is the center of my office. It is where all the energy flows from. So you want to ensure the center of your home and the center of every room, the energy has the opportunity to flow around it. That is like the center of our heart, the center of our bodies. When you think about the middle chakra, it is the heart chakra. So the heart of the home, the heart of my office. In your bedroom, what is in the heart? In your yard. Wherever you are, every room has a center. So let's talk about that for a second. Yin and Yang, the symbol that is probably one of the most wildly renowned symbols. When people see it, they know what it is. Stands for balance, and it stands for that ever-changing flow. But notice that it continues to circulate and circulate and circulate. Well, that's what we want to have happen with the energy in any given space. We want to ensure that it has circulation. It was cool this morning and our furnace kicked in. And it reminded me that we need to get the ducts clean. We're coming into the fall-winter season. Ooh, I dread to say those words, but it is what it is. It is the end of August here. And with the renovations, we need to get that clean so that the air that we're breathing all winter isn't filled with all the dust and stuff from drywall. I digress. Anyway, going back to the furnace. Often centrally located in our homes in North America anyway. We have a furnace, and for it to work properly, there needs to be airflow around it. There's cool air that comes in, that's that cold air exchange. You've got cold air exchanges in your house, they're registers, or they look like a register cover, and that just allows air to flow. Okay? You can't have proper air circulation in your home via heating or air conditioning if there isn't circulation in the house, if that area isn't free of debris and clutter. So coming into this time of the year, what is stockpiled up in that, in your furnace room? As above, so below. We talk about that all the time. So when you talk about the blueprint of your home and the bagua, of course, the center is always the center. Doesn't matter what door you enter, it is the center. When you're entering any one of these doors, this is where we call the entrance quadrant, right? Not all houses are shaped the same. So for example, my friend Kathy, who is my golf partner, this is their garage because it's part of their house. And then their entrance is actually partway through children and creativity and partway through knowledge and self-cultivation. It's inset. This is the same with Anita's house. But the center will still be the center. And whatever it is on the main floor, it is going to be on the lower floor. As above, so below. And if you have an upper level, the center is also the center upstairs. Okay. That's where all the chi circulates from. And I want to read something from Tara's card here. This probably encapsulates it better. When there is a space in the center of a home, I don't have my glasses on, it's an excellent location for a courtyard, atrium, or collection of potted plants. It's the perfect place for things associated with the earth element, such as tile, ceramic, yellow, or earth-toned items, as well as the place to display art and images that keep you centered and connected through life's many changes. Well, just in that little paragraph, she covered nature, objects, and plants with the center of the home. It's not always possible to have the tangible items. The center of our home on the main floor consists of our hallway. And down the hallway walls, before renos and when I get back to it, I have pictures, kind of like an art gallery. Well, the things that keep us centered and grounded are pictures of plants, pictures of animals, including ours, pictures of the grandbaby, pictures of family. These are ideal locations, and that's an alternative to the actual physical item, like a plant. Sometimes it's not always possible, but there are always options. The main thing behind all of that is to ensure that those items fill you with joy, fill your heart with love. When I'm sitting on the opposite side, I can see out my hallway wall. And the pictures that I had hanging there were of the hummingbirds when they come to my yard, of our grandbaby Reese at his first birthday when I was holding him. I love that picture. Puppy dog, some of the plants pictures that I've taken in our yard over the years. Waterfall, a beautiful water spray down at Bower Ponds where I like to walk the dogs. So you see, surrounding yourself with images that fill you with joy also reinforce those memories, those great times. It doesn't have to be the physical, tangible item. Now, some people, I was watching Rach Transition Coach this morning, she had a little video on, and she is at a gazebo, and the nature around her is spectacular. Well, that gazebo was perfectly centered, and she just did a 360 with her camera, well, with her cell phone, showing what she was surrounded with. And you could see the excitement and the joy in her. So when you're in the center of your home, I want to go back to it. What kind of condition is it in? Does the chi circulate easily? Meaning, does the air flow, does the energy move easily? Or is it congested and stuck? Because likely that's being reflected in your health or in the health of your family members. So it's worth taking a good look at. Now let's talk a little bit about the nature objects and plants. We've kind of melded everything in here. But we're also coming into the time of year, at least I noticed in my yard yesterday, where some of the plants have come to the end of their life. That's an annual, that's just what it is. We haven't had any killing frost yet, but they grow, they flower, they seed, they die back, and that seed, that fruit, that nature object drops its seeds. And the cycle and the circle of life continue. That's what plants do. They don't try to extend their own lives. If the conditions in the environment permit it, yay! And if the conditions in the environment don't permit it, oh well. They've produced the seed to drop onto the ground, to sit for the winter and germinate in the spring, and then their cycle reproduces itself. Plants are absolutely, and Mother Nature, phenomenal teachers when you can look at them and you can watch their cycles. We mimic that ourselves. Sometimes we try really hard to be something we're not, though. There's nothing wrong with growth, and there's nothing wrong with learning and expanding, don't get me wrong. But I'm not an astronaut. Doesn't matter how hard I try. That's not my calling. So, talking about plants. And the card is a 9, which is the end of a cycle. And that's where we're in. We get the opportunity to harvest. I say we literally. Teo, my puppy dog, was outside with me yesterday having some of the tomatoes that are very ripe. And I picked quite a few yesterday, and there's lots producing right now. The plant is slowing its growth down to focus on the ripening of the fruit. The cucumber plants, some of the top foliage starting to dry. I noticed a little powdery mildew on some, which tells me I don't have enough airflow. So that goes back to that circulation. So I need to do a little bit of trimming around the cucumber plants to ensure there's proper airflow, which means the plant is healthier, which means the fruit is healthier, which means we'll have more fruit production. Plants teach us so much. It's very cool. Nature objects. Nature objects are enhanced naturally with nature's chi. So, surrounding yourself with, and I cleared things off my desk, crystals. For example, a beautiful crystal. This also was a gift from a friend of ours, Greg Baca, in Colorado. I'm just surrounded by gifts. I love it. I just saw another little one here. Oh, 2. Bring them both. Because they just fill me with such joy. This little one is from Desiree. Desiree was a reader at Essence Studios in Sylvan Lake last year, and I stopped and had a little reading with her. And this was a gift that you got from her, and there are crystals in it. Oh, what a cool little gift. And this little scroll was my intention when I sat down to have my reading with her. So that's my reminder on that. Now this little lovely red feather. Not pretty. Probably shows better on my hand like that. This is really special for me, and you can probably tell I get excited about it. In February, I had the pleasure of going to El Santuario in Valle de Bravo, Mexico, with 4 friends. It was an absolutely amazing experience, and if you ever want to go to a healing sanctuary, I'm going to put the link below. This place is built on a crystal mountain, a quartz crystal mountain. And there's a menu, there's a chef that works with, the menu is all about healing. So if you're having adrenal gland stress, there's food to help heal the adrenal glands, right? The spa, the massage, and the different therapies that they provide, the temazcal, which is very cool, but just the whole place in and of itself. Anyway, get back to the story about the feather. I walked into my room, and this was on my path. Now, red is my favorite color, and feathers are my symbol for my guides being with me. So go figure, to have my favorite color and my guides with me at El Santuario, a healing resort and spa in Mexico, meant the world to me. And you can tell that these gifts that are all nature gifts have a huge impact on my energy. The art, the sacred geometry art that's up there, I also picked up when I was in Mexico from my artist friend, Mariana de la Vega. We had it at El Santuario, and that's where she added the light language to it. So there is such special significance to everything that I intentionally surround myself with in my office and in my home. They light me up. They give me such joy. That's the energy that you want to surround yourself with. And for me, nature objects is one of the best ways to do that. It also brings in some of that nature and natural energy when I'm a sitter. I usually get those in when Anita's talking. Anyway, where were we? Nature objects. So 8 is the number on this card, and the green is the border. And with the 5-element theory in Feng Shui, the border of green, well, wood is the element, and one of the colors of the element of wood is green. So for me, this is the most appropriate card combined with everything else we have going on here today. But the 8 is that significant. It's that flow that we were talking about when we talked about the center. So if you look at the flow of the eyes, and you connect to just the eyes of the yin and the yang, what is the symbol? It's that infinity symbol. It's that 8. It's that Mobius, the constant flow of energy. Nothing stays the same, everybody. Nothing. Lots of people dislike the word change, but here's the thing. The thing. Everything is always changing. So when we fight against a change, if we say we don't like something and we fight against it, there's nothing wrong with standing up for your beliefs. And is fighting against it adding energy to it? Or are you better served focusing on what you want and putting your energy towards what you do want, instead of adding energy to what you don't want? Because wherever you focus, that's where your energy goes. That's where energy flows. So for those that are spending a lot of time discrediting someone, you're actually giving more energy to that. I'm going to recommend you focus your energy on the outcome you want. And that's what all spiritual teachers talk about when they say focus on your dreams, focus on your goals. What is the end result of what you want? If you want peace and harmony and a house that feels, or a home that feels love, that feels like it's it's welcoming, and it's warm, and it's inviting, and you put your energy towards surrounding yourself with the things that make you feel love, warm, inviting, then that is going to reflect in your home by the treasures you surround yourself with. I hope that makes sense for everybody. Anyway, let's talk about numbers. So we have a 9 and an 8, which equals 17, which is 8. And we have a 54, which is a 9. So we have 2 9s and an 8. 18 and 8, that would be 26. This is 7. So we've covered 7, 8, and 9 today. Excuse me. All of a sudden in my head I'm thinking, that math doesn't work. 8 and 9. 9 and 9 is 18. 18 is a 9 and an 8. There we go, is 17, which is an 8. I'm thinking this should total 8, and it does total 8. Wow. First cup of coffee. I'm going to blame it on the lack of caffeine. All right, so as always, I refer to Double Digitology, Marilyn Harper, Joy Roby. The meaning of the 8. The 8 is one of those wonderful numbers. 8 is the shape of the 3 completed. It is in balance. Even though it can still roll about, when the 8 is out of balance, it means that you really get to focus your energy in your financial house, your spiritual house, as well as your physical belongings. When it is in balance, it still represents infinity. It represents the focus of being a good steward of the world, a good giver or service provider. It is truly balancing all of those worlds into the source of God, or not to be redundant, source. Standing upright, it is an archetypal image. Laying sideways, it is an archetypal image of infinity. Remember the balance that we started off with today, and the yin and the yang? Center, 54. When the center of your home is in balance, the center of your body is in balance, your heart chakra, everything else flows beautifully around it, smoothly. And when you focus your energy on surrounding yourself with the things that you love, that fill you with joy, that is going to create an environment that is welcoming and loving and allows other people to feel the joy that you have. And truly being in service of others is being in joy. It's being happy, and that ripples out into the world. I have to share a little story with you. Earlier this week, I had received the nudge to pull a card. So I grabbed my light language deck and shuffled the deck, and a card flew out for me. I saved this to the end for purpose. This is the card that flew out of that deck. And it's been sitting all week. The yin and yang symbol again. With the reminder that nothing has gone wrong. Nothing. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. You're here watching this live, or you're here watching the replay at the perfect time to create that balance in your life. Thank you for joining me this morning. Anita and I truly love doing these. Next Friday is the first Friday of September. It's like, wow. Which means it is Oracle card reading. So let us know if you want to have your Feng Shui Oracle cards read. Just a comment in the chat, or join us next Friday. I will be traveling next Friday, so I don't know where I'm going to be. I could be in my vehicle doing this. remains to be seen. We'll figure that out as we get there. Hopefully you have yourselves a fantastic week. And remember to surround yourself with the things, that fill you with joy. Have a great week, and we will talk to you soon. Now, how do I stop this?